don't care about the future, cause they live it in the past. Sal and Curtis are taking all 5 seasons of Blossom to task. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be weak in the knees. This show's got more range than Vic on the keys. Only gal in the house, and that's how she goes. One brother was a junkie and the other one was. Weekly lessons coming fast in the Russo flat. Blossom's teenage girl problems are as big as her hat. So take your opinionations and make them shine. It's the OK Bloomer podcast, and it's about damn time.
Don't know.
Oh.
Don't know. Don't know.
It is the OK Bloomer podcast. We are 100% live. It is a rare Saturday we can all conglomerate. We can all get together and bring you this this amazing show, another amazing episode of this amazing show, 100% live, as we deep dive every episode of 1990s sitcom Blossom. We revisit the world through the eyes of teenage Blossom and her friends and the wacky antics that happen in the Russo home. I'm Curtis Anderson alongside Sal Accardo. We got the Phenom in the booth on the ones and twos. Sal, what is up? What is going on, buddy?
Not much, man. Glad to be here with you guys on a Saturday talking Blossom once again. We kind of left things last time on a bit of a cliffhanger, so it's good to kind of wrap this story up here. There's a lot going on.
Season 4, I feel like every episode has been a cliffhanger, but for once they finally figured out you actually need to put to be continued and follow up with the unresolved storylines, which they did about 3 or 4 episodes in a row where it was definitely a cliffhanger. We had we had the mom and dad, like Six's mom and Blossom's dad hook up. Never went back to that. Six apparently had a drinking problem. That ended one episode where Blossom found a bunch of hard alcohol in her bag, and then we never talked about that again. And here we are. Maybe this will be a the stamp on all those unanswered storylines, because as we left off, Six ran away with Ross Geller from Friends, who is like 20 years her senior, is married, has kids, but he's smitten with 15-year-old Six, and they ran away together.
Yeah.
And apparently this wasn't like that creepy in 1993, because they're not playing this off as like, oh my God, like an adult man has basically kidnapped Six.
Yeah, they kind of address it here, but it's still not like people aren't making as big of a deal about this as I feel like they should be as parents. You know what I mean?
I feel like this should be a very special episode, but it's not. It's just another day at the Russo house. Like Six and Ross Geller are just gone. We got to find them.
And once again, I stick by my statement that Blossom going to Paris just ruined everybody's life. Like the domino effect that she had, especially on Six's life.
Mm-hmm.
It's really taken a turn here. And yeah, she has run away from home with 26-year-old Ross Geller named Sonny Catalano. Sonny Catalano.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
What a predicament we've gotten ourselves into. I'm good. I'm ready to jump in. I mean, we are live.
Let's do it.
We got to remember to censor ourselves. We got to play by the rules a little more.
I'll do my best.
It won't be as fast and
no
loose.
Guarantees.
Speaking of fast and loose, Phenom, what's up today?
Hi. I'm here. You want some
cool
descriptions?
Let's go.
Yeah. We got season 4, episode 8 today, Blossom's Dilemma. This was directed by Bill Bixby, written by J.J. Wall. First aired on October 18th, 1993 to 20.4 million viewers. Disney Plus says, only Blossom knows where Six has gone with her new boyfriend. IMDb says, when Six runs off with Sonny, Blossom is conflicted as to whether she should tell where they are. And TVDB says, Six has run off with Sonny, and only Vinny and Blossom know where they've gone. Blossom tries to talk Six out of her infatuation, but it ends only when Sonny is arrested and immediately falls for a female prison guard.
I think one thing we never talk about after Phenom gives his descriptions is a time in the world where millions of people sat down at the same time and watched the same thing. And I know it still kind of happens today, like sporting events, obviously.
Right.
Big things like, Stranger Things on New Year's Eve. But outside of that, it's wild to think that there was a time where a million people, it's like what was this, Monday night, just sat down and watched Blossom.
Yeah,
And they had metrics to measure that.
I did start writing
Right.
down the numbers, thinking like it's going to be interesting to see how it rises and falls over different seasons, but it really hasn't. It stayed pretty consistently around 20 million for the whole run, which is
Wow.
kind of crazy to me.
And as we kind of are on the, we jumped the shark definitely, and we're coming towards the end of season 4. Well, we just started season 4, but we're coming towards the end of the show as we wrap up the 5th season, and we've seen stills of new characters and characters who are gone for the 5th season. So I feel like those last, however, 20 some episodes we're gonna hit probably in April-ish, May, are gonna be a completely different show as they, Thelma and Louise this whole project off the cliff. So
Feels like that's where they're going with it for sure.
Yeah. So it'll be, like Phenom said, it'll be interesting to see if ratings start sliding on the 5th season, because as we've discussed pretty much every episode of season 4 so far, is it does feel like this season, a lot of people thought this would be the last one, because they're kind of rushing a whole bunch of unused storylines in the same episodes, and you kind of have that feeling of they're looking at that finish line maybe at the end of season 4.
I mean, I don't know if we know that for sure that that's the case in season 4, but it really feels like it with the way that things are going. But I mean, in comparison to season 3, where there was no continuity whatsoever. Things were all over the place. Blossom and Vinny broke up, and then suddenly they were back together and with no explanation, and then they were broken up again. And now things are just like kind of like every episode feels like it's kind of leading into the next one. Except for Joey's storyline with the president. That's never mentioned again.
No. And maybe for the better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The last thing
so how many viewers?
The last thing we need is Joey in the Epstein files.
Well, he was asking for pictures of young girls in the swimming pool.
There has been so many pop culture references outside of this group of actors for this show that is just like bombs going off in 2023, 24, 25 as we've been doing this. Like the Cosby medicine reference is insane. The Cosby pill. And like, oh, my dad took a Cosby pill. You're like, no, guys.
That might be the most fun part about this show is like looking back on these things in retrospect and being like, well, that did not age.
No, or else it aged wonderfully. Maybe these writers were prophets and they knew what's up. We'll see if we get like a Weinstein joke in one of these as we continue.
Oh my god!
Right?
It's
probably
gotta be. Yeah,
and it also could just be law of averages, because I feel like every week the writers and creators are just throwing unnecessary haymakers at random other pop culture things going on. Like, how many times have we dunked on Beverly Hills 90210 and like Full House?
And Full House, and there's a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, random musicians.
Yeah,
they're not holding back on anybody here. Don Rio has got a list of people who have wronged him, and
he has that
GD. They are going to hear about it. They are going to hear about it through Blossom.
He has that Billy Madison list.
Yeah,
like Steve Buscemi, like crossing them off one by one.
Exactly how I picture him. Yeah,
100%. All right, should we jump into this?
Let's do it. So we get a last time on Blossom.
Is this the first time we've had a last time on Blossom?
We may have gotten it in Paris, but I feel like this might be the first. Like, I mean, Paris aside, I think this is the first like official 2-parter episode, like to be continued.
Yeah, other than like a season finale,
right?
Which
and
you would hope if you're writing sitcoms properly, every one should be a cliffhanger. Your season finale, right?
Yeah, and as we learned in the Blossom with Paris through this podcast, was that 20 million people were watching all 4 parts in one night, whereas this would have been a different week from the last one. So it would have been an actual like, to be continued officially. Them
gals went to school for an entire week not knowing what was going to happen.
Did you see Blossom last night?
OMG.
What do you think is going to happen with Six and Sunny? I bet you that Sunny guy is going to be real popular one day.
I hope this is how people talk about the OK Bloomer podcast.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, they do. Oh my God, they do.
And there was that one weird girl at school that was like, "Did you guys see the season finale of Elf? The FBI got him. I can't wait to see what happens in September." She's still feeling that.
Yeah. Well, unless she saw the straight to VHS movie.
We're just having the same conversations now. I feel like we've had that exact same exchange about 3 or 4 episodes in the last 3 years, and I love
We
it.
do like talking about Alf. We really do. I mean,
Willie!
I would say maybe secondary to referencing Blossom for whatever reason we always did. I feel like Alf might be a close number 2.
Yeah. Then wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling third.
Okay. Yeah, we get last time on Blossom, Ross Geller is a pedophile. That's all I wrote.
The only thing I took note of is when Six storms out of her bedroom. She has a lot of Blossom hats in that room. There's a lot of hooks in that room with Blossom hats hanging on them. Just wanted to point that out.
No, I'm glad you did.
And then we get Too Many Cooks, serious sax edition. It's a real serious sax, Curtis.
That's the best kind. I feel like so many times sax solos are played for laughs.
Right. They're played whimsically. This is like something's going down. Something's happening. Something means business.
Jim Ross would say business is picking up.
I thought that was Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
When they were scoring it live and they came and they tapped the guy with the sax that sits off to the side of the set and they're like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Like they put the new sheet music in front of him and he was like, oh man, D flat. It's getting real.
We got to take this seriously today. D flat? Are you kidding
Oh my
me?
God. 6 isn't okay.
I know nothing about music. I have no idea what that means.
I thought this was going to be a fun F sharp episode, but this is like a 6 is in trouble, B flat, B minor. Oh my God. We should kick the kids out of the studio. It's about to get real.
Yeah. So opening of the show, I wrote former F buddies in the kitchen. Sharon's ranting to Nick that she doesn't know where 6 is. She bets dollars to donuts she's with Sonny. Yeah, go ahead.
How did yours start? Wasn't there the last time on Blossom and then the intro, Sal?
You know what?
You blew it. You jumped way ahead. You're so excited.
I blew it.
We didn't get to do the bit.
All right, take it away.
This is what happens when we go live.
Yeah.
Okay. So the intro starts, and I actually wrote this time. You know what? I know it's a bit, but I legit never get sick of hearing this song because once again, Disney Plus asks, "Do I want to skip the intro?" And
I do not.
You're darn right I don't.
How dare I?
I'm like that.
How dare I?
I'm like that kid dancing in all those memes. That like 10-year-old boy. That was kind of how I shuck and jive when this comes on. Man,
I bet.
Rest in peace. What is he? He's not Dr. Teeth. He's the guy, Dr. John.
Dr. John. I think Dr. Teeth was based on Dr.
100%.
Yeah. I almost skipped our intro here. What was I thinking? I clicked skip intro on the OK Bloomer podcast.
Right.
My bad.
Never give people that option.
Well, now that
intro,
we're live,
skip entire episode. No.
Yeah. I'm gonna run this again and hopefully take 2 here.
Kay.
Former F buddies in the kitchen, Curtis.
What?
I said former F buddies in the kitchen.
Yes, absolutely. These two back at the scene of the crime.
Yeah. So there's a plate of donuts. They reference donuts about a dozen times in this scene. It's 3 a.m. and Tony walks in looking like Tony always does at 3 a.m. in a full blazer and vest.
Yeah. Clearly not on drugs anymore, despite the fact that we've never seen this man sleep.
Yeah. And Sharon Lemire dressed like a 90s tablecloth. Tony looks like he's in the Talking Heads. His shoulders are literally out to here. It's crazy. They looked for Sonny in the yellow pages, but couldn't find him. And then Nick references that Sonny from The Godfather's full name was Santino. And then Tony makes a sleeping with the fishes joke. And that freaks out Six's mom that Six might be dead.
Okay, I'll get caught up, okay?
Okay, go for it.
Carell draw, and troubling sacks, Sal. Troubling sacks. I'm worried. I'm worried for us all. I said Six's mom came over looking for sympathy because her daughter ran away with Ross Geller. And she's trying to get sympathy from Nick Russo, of all people, right? And Sal, I was watching this on my phone, and I was like, is it mixed up? Because I see Six's mom in the Russo kitchen, and she's standing up. She's not on her back. So I was wondering if the if it was one of those things where the phone had to adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Nick is just like listening to her, wondering how he can turn this distraught woman's predicament into more sex, because that's all Nick Russo does. You could tell he's like, oh,
And then
that's brutal. He's like, this guy sounds like
Yeah.
a predator. Let's not make a checklist of similarities between Ross Geller and Nick Russo, shall we? Let's
probably not a good idea.
steer out of that. Yeah, Anthony comes in, is like, well, she's not dead. I checked the hospital. Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, great. And as soon as Tony walks in, you can just see Nick in his head going, ah!
Get out, Tony! I put extra locks on the door, and you still got in. Yeah. Did you notice who our co-producer is this week?
Is it the Schmock?
It's the mighty Schmock. It's Jonathan Schmock, co-producing. Schmock. He is all over the place. He is a man of many talents. You can fit that man in anywhere in the world of sitcoms, and he just like rises to the occasion. So I had hope for this episode.
Love the Schmock.
Right? Yeah.
Love the Schmock.
I wrote there's some Italian joke that I didn't get, but I'm sure you were in stitches.
No, not really.
No? Okay. Six's mom's hair is 80s perfection. She goes on a tirade and does a lap around the kitchen and didn't slip on the floor, so someone must have cleaned up. No.
Oh, God.
We're live, folks.
Oh, my God.
She does an amazing one-take promo, though. She does.
Yeah.
She does a lap of this kitchen while, like, fast-talking Six's mom thing, and it's fantastic. I like this actress. I hope we get more of her as we bring in all the poochies for season 5.
Oh, Curtis. Oh, Curtis.
Oh, no.
Just you wait.
No. Don't do that to me.
I'm really glad you said that.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tony leaves the room. They somehow finally decide it's a good idea to ask if Blossom knows where she is. I don't know why they just thought of that now. Just as that happens, the phone rings. It's Vinny. He needs to talk to Blossom. He phones very casually at 3:00 in the morning.
I noticed that.
Yeah. And he's really like messing around with Nick during this like stressful situation. They have like this like comedic back and forth that's like probably not the time or the place while they're like worried about where Six is. And I was just like, this is not the time, man. What are you doing?
And he's fully dressed at 3 a.m, just sitting in the chair on the phone.
Yeah.
Nothing sketchy about this dude.
No, not at all. Nick wakes Blossom up to ask what's going on. And there's like this whole runner through this episode with like Blossom helping Vinny's vocabulary. So he's using like these $5 words or whatever the phrase is. He's using like these big words. And that comes up a bunch of times. I don't know what they were. I don't know what JJ Wall was on.
They kind of blew this one part because it's almost like they were getting "oh my god" over as a catchphrase for Blossom. Because he says something and she goes, "oh my god." He says something, she goes, "oh my god." And then he says something else and then she doesn't say it. It's like
I didn't notice that.
That was the joke. It was like 1, 2, and then they just move on. It's so confusing. Because she said it in a very particular way 2 times in a row. It was like her, whoa. I thought that was going to be like the Blossom thing, but I don't know. Who knows what the payoff was? They must have edited it out. It was very the cadence and the timing was very weird.
I mean, by season 4, if she doesn't have a catchphrase, I don't think she's getting one now.
No.
I mean, Joey's got 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of season 5 he's got another one.
Absolutely. I'm available for more work. That's the Joey Lawrence catchphrase at the end of Blossom season 5. I wonder what my brothers are doing.
So Nick gets Blossom to phone Vinny back, and then there's like a whole thing where he's like, wait, they could be eavesdropping in on the call, and then it cuts back to the kitchen, and Nick and Sharon are both have their ears up to the phone, so she runs down to make sure they're not there.
I would not be doing that. Last time she ran in on the kitchen with those 2 in there was bad news.
That's a good point.
We forgot about that.
I would say about 50% of the time she walks into Nick in the kitchen, it's something that she doesn't want to see.
Yeah. He's either stirring nothing for no reason throughout the entire scene at the island, or else he's, getting it on Nick Russo style. No strings attached.
So Vinny knows that Six is with Sonny at his garage, which would have been the first place that any of them should have checked. Or, his house maybe, which is where they ended up being. And I wrote here, I don't get why this episode is called Blossom's Dilemma. I don't think she has a dilemma at all.
No.
She's not trying to cover for Six. She told her in the last episode that this was a bad idea. And in the next scene, she basically rats her out right away. So what's the dilemma?
Yeah, there is no dilemma.
Yeah.
Also, Blossom says when he's talking on the phone, she thinks they're listening, and she says, the parents might be downstairs, quote, acting like a couple of prison wardens. And I was like, is that what we're calling it now? And yeah. And if HBO's Oz taught me anything, it is how prison wardens act. So there's lots of tie-ins here. We learned
Fair
that
enough.
Sonny, are we moving on?
Go for it.
He lives in the
Because this is
treehouse.
great.
He lives in a treehouse in his own yard while his wife
Yeah.
and kids live in the house. He
Right.
smashes a bug, and Six says, that's such delicate work, talking about the construction of the treehouse. And he says, no, you just got to wait for them to land and smash them. And or he's like, you just got to wait for them to land and smash. And I said, that's probably good advice for something, but I don't know what. Nick Russo leaned forward.
He's also trimming his bonsai trees in the treehouse, which he learned from Mr. Miyagi in prison, as we discovered last week. He dropped a yada 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 here, which was pre-Seinfeld, which I thought was pretty funny. Blossom ends up coming into the treehouse dressed like Vanilla Ice, and she's immediately trying to talk Six out of this entire situation. And then Six reveals the plan of her and Sonny running away to Las Vegas together.
Blossom shows up, and I wrote, you guys, if you think Vinny murders Blossom's name, listen to how David Schwimmer says it. He's like, blast him. I see saying blast him. I hear it. He's like, blast him. Blast him.
Yeah, I did.
Blast him. I'm like, am I having a stroke? Why is Ross Geller talking like that? So, yeah, Blossom shows up looking funky fresh fly as a b-boy with her backwards hat and her windbreaker.
Totally.
Like she caught a ride with Salt and Peppa coming back from their garage sale. Blossom references Bullwinkle's fractured fairy tales, and that took me back. And some girl in the crowd, when she mentions Rocky and Bullwinkle, goes, whoa! It was very weird. Yeah.
Wow.
It was like a
Rocky
hot
and
whoa.
Bullwinkle fan.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
And I said it's rich that Blossom doesn't approve of Six's older scummy boyfriend. Because she's got one of her own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's a joke about how Six has never seen Circus before, which Sonny says is a travesty. And then I noticed that Sonny was acting very Ross-like here. There's something specifically he says about a babbling brook. And what he says, I was like, that is fully Ross Geller right there.
That's half the Ross Geller character here, definitely. Just his weird eye contact and pauses and his head shake as he talks. It's there.
Yeah.
You
can see shades of it.
Yeah.
You can see the beginning of it for sure. And then next thing you know, Six's mom, Nick, and the police arrive.
Yep. And Ross wants her to take her to Vegas, and that lady in the crowd is trying to take over the show. If you go back, because I listened to this with headphones, and I don't usually do it, so I don't know if the crowd noise, but she was making that whoa, that's hot noise after every joke when it wasn't warranted. And I said, she's trying to take over the show. What is this, Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania 29?
Well done.
Thanks. That's a good inside joke.
Yeah.
And I said, Blossom standing there she wishes she was a little bit taller, wishes she was a baller, wishes she had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" father. I don't remember what Skee-Lo dressed like, but I assume it's a backwards hat and a windbreaker because he would have been around this time.
No, fully. Yeah.
Skee-Lo on the OK Boomer podcast. Didn't see that one.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, Blossom led the parents and the police to the treehouse. I said, this is a weird storyline. We go to commercial break. We come back. Corel draw to Joey, and I didn't even realize he was missing until right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, me too. I was like, oh yeah, Joey. Thank God we finally get something good here.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. So he finds out that Sonny was arrested for trying to take an underage girl across state lines. which like, yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Why is nobody acting like this isn't a bigger deal than it is?
People are
And then
very shrugging about it.
I know. It's like, oh, the early 90s, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, and then he was like, "What? Is it illegal to go to Circus? Or is it, like, just illegal to go with 6?" And then I wrote here, "Joey's dressed like Toad." He's got, like he's got, like, a blue vest with no shirt on
Don't do
underneath.
that to me. Drinking, yeah. 100% dressed like Toad.
Yeah.
And then it goes into Seinfeld, right?
Yeah, they start
like,
arguing over the milk and the
Where's
cereal.
the milk?
Yeah, but the crowd was eating this up. Like, the crowd was loving it. They were laughing so hard, and maybe it's because the rest of the episode was so bad that they were like, "Ah, finally, we get something good here. They're
Yeah.
talking about milk."
Yeah, like, you don't need that much milk. Cows don't need that much milk. And again, the girl in the audience is hooting and hollering
I noticed it
way
in this
more
part.
than she
Yeah.
needs to. I was like, this girl just needs attention. I said, hey, I think I finally found where Rhonda Joe is. It's like in the crowd trying to get noticed because they've completely forgotten about that character for like 6 episodes now. Have we seen her in season 6 yet? Or season 4? I don't think we have.
so.
She wasn't in Paris.
No, and I don't think we've seen Buzz either.
No.
No, we have seen.
Buzz should have been on the milk carton. That would have been a good joke. As they're arguing about
That would
milk.
have been a great joke. Oh
Yeah.
my god. They're starting to treat Buzz like they treat Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah.
All right, let's catch up here. Where are we? Yeah, so she thinks that she's losing her mind, and then Joey's still talking about circus. He's like, yeah, if somebody promised me circus and took it away, I'd lose my mind too. But does anybody ever ask Joey? No. Blossom gets mad and storms off.
Yep.
And is that pretty much like the end of Joey for this episode?
Yeah.
He's in the show for about 30 seconds.
And
it's the best part of the show.
Does a Seinfeld bit about milk.
Yeah, it's the best part of the show.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So 6 is talking to Ross in prison, and then Ross's wife comes to see him, and she's this hot blonde bimbo, and what did I write? Just like that, this time runs out. Oh, yeah, then the warden comes in, like, she just gets there, and she's like, hi, honey, and then the guy comes in, and he's like, you gotta wrap it up, Geller. It's like, immediate.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you even let her in if she had 15 seconds?
Yeah, but, like, the wife is still, like, fully in love with Sonny, and, like, it's a weird thing, and, like, her and 6 start getting along, and, yeah, there's a line where he's like, hey, have you been watering my bonsai tree? And she goes, does the Pope sit in the woods?
Yeah.
And I had to rewind it to make sure that there wasn't a swear word that got through, like on this show.
Yes. Well done. Also, very weird. We have 3 characters in this very long scene. We have 6. We have Ross Geller. We have Ross Geller's wife. Not a single Russo.
Yeah.
And I said, what is this? What am I watching? The Parkers? Did I get that right? Is that the episode? Is that the show 6 went on to do after this?
Yeah, well done.
Nice, thanks.
Well done.
Yeah, very weird that no major characters involved in this storyline. Like, it's just a completely different show for this, like, 4-minute part.
Yeah.
They sing Stand By Your Man into the phone, and 6, like, Jenna Von Oy is killing it in the scene. She is very uncomfortable and confused, but she knows she's the young one, so she's just going along with it. She nailed the vibe of this one, I thought, really well.
Right. So then, yeah, the next scene, we have Sharon back at the kitchen, and this is where we got, like, the weird, like, ending to the last episode where she's talking about having Sonny killed, and she says she knows somebody in the carpet business, and it's another Godfather reference here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vinny comes in and he's like, aren't you glad Blossom's dating me? And then he's like, it's quite the conundrum, because he's using these big words. Yeah. And I put, that's Vinny's gimmick this episode, because that's all they have for him here. And then Nick basically thinks that Nick starts calling him out, like, Sonny's probably done this with plenty of minors, which is why he's in jail right now and probably should be.
Yeah. It's too bad we're live because I had a really good joke about Nick and carpet that I just backspaced out of because that went on way too long. But we're live. Yeah, Nick.
Probably for the best.
Nick tells him that Six is still dating him even after all this. And I thought Vinny is money in this scene again. I've done a complete 180 on this character. Vinny is like one of my favorite people in this show.
You really have, man.
He just like they found how he should act because he knows he doesn't really belong in the Russo house, and he's dating this guy's daughter. And he's trying to kind of play it cool and like puts in his 2 cents once in a while, but he just kind of, for the most part, kind of backs off. And when he does speak up, it's like a flip of the coin if it's gonna be well received, whatever he says or not. And he's like my favorite part of the show now. I watch to see what they do with Vinny after having the most uneven character in like sitcom history in season 3. He's finally ironed it out. And I thought, so they were talking. I didn't do a good job of this, but there was like a scene where, like, okay, who's talking here? And I thought Vinny left, and then at the very end, it kind of pulls out, and he's at the table, and they've just been ignoring him for like 3 minutes. I wish I would have did a better job of writing this down, but like it starts out Blossom and Vinny, and then I think it goes to like Blossom and Nick for like 3 minutes, and I was like, where did Vinny go? And then the last shot they pull out, and Vinny's just like sitting at the table like an idiot watching this go down. Darn, I was gonna go back and do a better job explaining that. So moving on, they let Ross out of jail, and he's wearing Shawn Michaels' red pleather jacket. Did you see that?
I did. I actually took note that he's also dressed like Toad here.
Yeah. That's it. He's got, and I said, Six has news for you, Jack, in true Shawn Michaels 1993 cadence.
Yeah.
He met a girl while he was in jail, and he's also in love with her now. And he's like, isn't just like life grand? Like, I've got you, I've got my wife, and now I'm in love with this girl from prison. And Six is not feeling this. She's had enough. She's dipping out.
She does not want to be a sister wife. Yeah. No. She's out. So finally, after all this, she decides this situation is weird and wants to leave. I mean, it took that much, but yeah. So
it wasn't the treehouse, it wasn't the wife and kids, it was the girl in jail where she was, I can't ride this wave.
Yeah.
She drags Veronica and the crowd goes nuts. Okay. I was going to go back and like rewatch these last 5 minutes and make better notes, and then I just rode the like watch next episode starting in 3, 2, 1. I was like, I'll remember. I did not remember, Sal.
So we get a last scene here. Too Many Cooks Russo house. Six and Blossom are talking in her room. Blossom's calling her out on making strange choices lately. And I put, this is all your fault for going to Paris, Blossom. This is what you get. All your fault. Yeah. Six agrees with her, but doesn't want to talk about it tonight, which means the episode's ending and they're just never going to address this again is basically what that means.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happens. They leave to go to the movies. Freeze frame, end of episode. Nothing really was finalized here or even wrapped up nicely.
But the music at the end and the freeze frame and the exchange, they try to trick you into thinking something actually did happen when nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like they end it like there was a big revelation, come to Jesus moment, and like a reunion of these two girls aligning in the same minds again. But no, they're just like, well, was it a good ending or a bad ending? It was an ending. Freeze frame, Carell draw, Jonathan Schmock throws the script against the wall. Out of frustration.
You had two episodes to land this, and they did not stick to landing whatsoever. That's the end of the episode. So what do you think? What time is it, Phenom?
It's time for Whoa or No.
Sal,
what do you think?
I have my first no of season 6.
That's fair.
Which season?
Yeah.
Oh, season 4.
Yeah,
Is it season 4, episode 6? I don't know why I keep having 6 in my head. Not like Jenna Vonaway. I have the number 6 in my head.
I think I know why.
Tell. Okay. Ready for my lesson?
Yeah, I'm also gonna give this a no as well.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, that's okay. The episode felt very quick. Like it felt very abrupt. It went by quickly and nothing was wrapped up. So yeah, it gets a no from me.
Okay.
Take it away with the lesson. I'm ready to
Shame
learn
on.
something.
We don't even. You'll just have to like pretend you can hear piano music because we can't. We don't have that
Oh
ability.
yeah, you should have
when
sent me the. Well, we'll do it next time. We'll do
Next
it
time we're live, okay? Imagine
Yeah,
soft,
alright.
sad piano music, reflective, if you will. Shame on you, 1993. A 27-year-old taking a teenager to live with him in a treehouse and try to move her across state lines is a big deal. And of all the storylines so far in Blossom that should have been played with like more importance, this one is probably the most like disservice this show has ever done to children in 1993. I would say that is crazy. That alarm bells, like
Yeah.
alarms weren't going off. They weren't like Blossom were calling the police. Like this is a man. This is almost a 30-year-old man basically abducting a teenager.
Yeah.
And it was kind of played for laughs. There was no sense of urgency, and
The
I
whole
can't
thing was
imagine.
played for laughs, man.
I can't imagine that we were so far behind the like pedophile, like this is not cool in 1993 because that like 33 years ago, I feel like this would still be a huge thing. This would have been like call the local news. This man is on the run with a kid. And instead,
Right.
oh, he's in his treehouse with his bonsai plant. I'm Ross Geller. What's the deal with milk?
I mean,
Anyway.
as sad as it is to say, in 2026, a lot of people are protecting people just like Sonny right now. So maybe
Yup.
it could get played for laughs again. Who knows? It's coming
What-
back.
What's that? It's our comment section.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what have you
They
done,
can let us
Sal?
know live.
Yeah. That's it. I could see why they don't do part 2s because that sucked.
Yeah.
They have done a good job of introducing interesting storylines in season 4 so far. I'm going to get it right this time. Our 4th season, and
Nailed
they have not
Yeah.
landed any of those planes. Is 6 still drinking? Like, I don't know.
No, they've chalked it up to she's making weird choices lately. That's all that was said about it.
What
Yeah,
was that?
as I said-
What was that sign? That South Park episode. What was the line where after they came out of every flashback?
Oh, now that's what I call a sticky situation because in the end they always got ice cream.
Oh yeah, so that
Yeah.
was a Blossom. That's what they call it. That's what I call a sticky situation moment where they had no idea how to end
Yeah.
it, so they just put a stamp on it. They just Corel draw it out of here.
This is neither here nor there, but you know what's really disheartening is that the creators of South Park said that if they could erase the first 3 seasons of that show, they would.
Really?
And those are like, yeah, they've said that they don't like the first 3 seasons of that show, and that episode appeared within that run, and those are some of my favorite episodes, man. I don't know what
Yeah.
that says about me, but
No,
I love that.
It changed popular culture. I mean, you needed those 3 episodes. You couldn't have done the next 40 seasons without those first 3 seasons. You couldn't.
Right.
I lived that. I was young, but I remember like you talk about destination TV. It came on your global TV at midnight on Fridays.
Yep.
And even in
Yep.
high school, it was like a drop everything. I guess I was I can't remember. Anyway, what year that was, but it was like everybody get together at midnight on Friday
Right.
and watch South Park. And we were like,
You talk
"Ah,
about
you
you talk
can't-"
about being young when those came out. I was way too young when those came out,
Yeah.
and I used to stay up to midnight to watch South Park.
Yeah, you did. Of course you did. Like
I loved
everyone
it,
did.
man.
Nobody knew what that was. That was that beautiful before parents found out. And that was really
Right.
the key to the 90s is that all these shows and or mediums matured into like TV MA without the parents figuring it out for like a couple years. Because like when you tell your parents, "Oh, I'm just going to watch wrestling," they thought of like Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant, not the absolute filth that was
Yeah.
on in 97, 98. And it was the same thing with South Park. I'm staying up and I'm watching a cartoon. Well, how bad can that be?
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
But that's why
Oh,
we are the
yeah.
well-adjusted young men we are, Sal.
That's why we're here doing this live podcast on a Saturday afternoon.
It's good. Someone had to. Someone had to. I didn't ask for this. It chose me.
That's right. That's right. It was put out there in the universe by us talking about Blossom all those years ago.
Yeah. Those
And then
long,
podcasts
long nights
becoming
in
a
the
thing.
edit suite.
Yeah.
Something had
All
to
right,
come.
man.
Something had to give. We had all that energy. We stayed awake for
Right.
2 days making a clown laugh counter. And what happened to that energy? It
Hey,
turned
and you
into
know where I
this.
got that from? I completely stole that idea from early South Park.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right. Shall we get to the pit?
Yes. Oh, do you have
It's,
news for me?
It is a very extensive pit this week. So we'll start with the light stuff here.
Okay.
Tom McCleister played the prison guard. He wasn't in it very long. His longest recurring role was 18 episodes of Married with Children as Ike. And he was also in the movie Twins. Catherine DePrume played Veronica, Sonny's ex-wife. She previously appeared in season 3, episode 4, What Price Love, as Candy. And I thought she looked pretty familiar. And she's still acting on TV. Her most recent gig was in 2022. Bill Bixby was the voice of the cop when they were in the treehouse. And this episode is the last acting credit to his name.
Oh, no.
We know that Bill Bixby played David Banner or Bruce Banner in the Incredible Hulk series with Lou Ferrigno. He died of cancer shortly after this in 1993. Not his last directing gig, but his last official acting gig was in this episode. You got David Schwimmer as Sonny Catalano. He was in the previous episode, and this was officially the last time we see him.
Wonder whatever
And
happened
now-
to that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he tried to make a go of it, and it didn't quite work out for him. So, David Schwimmer, if you're
we
out
established this last week that Friends was about 1 year after this episode, right?
there, right?
That's
That's right.
crazy.
Friends started in 94, and this episode was in 93. So he was definitely on the radar of some casting directors and NBC probably at the time. And then this is the big one, Curtis. In the pit, Gail Edwards as Sharon Lemire. She was in 10 episodes of the show total, and this one was her last. R.I.P. Sharon Lemire.
Six's mom is gone forever from this show.
Correct.
That's the curse of sleeping with Nick Russo.
Yeah, it really is.
He's
It
like,
really is.
he was like, David Wass was like, we got to get rid of her. And they're like, this isn't real. You're not really Nick Russo. We don't have to get rid of her. She's a character. And he's like, nah, I slept with her. You got to write her out. That's how this goes.
I wonder if this was around the time that Full House came knocking, because she had a pretty big role in Full House after this. So
I didn't know that either.
yeah, she was.
I feel like I know more about
Danny
Full
Tanner's
House than I
girlfriend,
actually
Vicky.
do. She's what?
You remember Vicky on Full House? Danny Tanner's girlfriend.
Oh, vaguely. Again, I think I just watched like the first season maybe 5 or 6 times as a kid because I remember
Oh, wow.
always watching it, but I can't reference anything past like the first few episodes of season 2. Like, I don't
Curtis,
remember.
man, I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
We talk about like appointment television. TGIF was on every Friday in the Accardo household.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
I don't know if I just was like drawing or something during Full House, but I didn't retain anything, which is weird for me because I can remember like every episode of Perfect Strangers.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Cool.
there. It is what it is. Six's mom officially gone.
Yeah, that's nuts. And she played like that character was great, especially her and Six together. It was the combo of them was really good. And
Wonder if she's
yeah.
on Cameo. I want to ask her what happened because that's a weird character to get rid of.
Yeah. And especially when in the Paris episodes when she did hook up with Nick, they kind of teased like maybe that's the end game for Nick is that him and Six's mom finally get together. But
Blend the families.
as
Wasn't
we
meant to
know,
be. Insane.
now she's in the pit.
All right.
All right. Well,
Phenom, put a button on it.
Next week, Season 4, Episode 9, 38 Special. And I'm going to start the music and it's going to fade in. Hold on.
all right.
Obsessed with the fade.
We're getting even heavier next week.
Did
get it. Good job, man.
All right. Thanks for
a real
watching.
show. We're